Hi, welcome back to Tiny Classrooms Live.
Hi, the doctor here, Don Zalou in Taos, New Mexico.
And I'm Artie Nathan, the HR guy here in the Adirondack Mountains. And our topic today is building a learning culture while your workforce is remote.
Yeah, really what we're going to be talking about is the idea that leaders need to foster organizational resilience, and in order to weather the post-pandemic storm, I think we have to prioritize how the organization and the people in it learn and how we develop the workforce of the future, the post-pandemic workforce.
Right. And the reason we're talking about this is because that's not going to be a new normal situation. People are not going to go back into 3-hour workshops in a classroom. People are not going to sit still for something like that when they've been working remote, when they've been dealing with quick and concise meetings on Zoom. Everything's starting to change, and we've got to learn how to do that. And that's part of the culture of learning.
It is. So, kind of what we mean here, isn't it, is it that a flexible, sort of passion-driven learning environment where your employees learn what they want, when they want, and on their own terms.
And the leader has to demonstrate how learning drives the business's success. I think we've asked employees to step up in their thinking, and so we've got to include them in the future, in the post-pandemic period, in being part of the business and what drives the business.
Absolutely. Leadership is so important in what it signals to its employees, to its team members. And I think a lot of leaders forget that often. And so if you want a good leader will signal the value of learning throughout the organization, set aside their own time. If I'm setting time aside for me to learn, I can share that with my teams and with the broader organization to emphasize the importance of learning, isn't it? This kind of makes it clear to employees that learning at work is extremely acceptable and important.
And I think leaders have to let employees define flexibility for their own continuous improvement. There's all kinds of ways to do this, and we've just come through several months of learning how to do something different, but with the same outcomes. And so apply that same thinking to continuous learning today.
Yeah, I mean, you and I've talked about this. One of the greatest sort of lessons that we've learned and often try to teach is that we have to recognize that we're not perfect. As much as both of us want to be perfect, we're not, and neither are you as a leader. And there's always room to learn and to grow. And so when you have teams in a business that provide the flexibility for growth and development, we can all continuously improve in a way that is more appropriate, more accessible to the learner.
Yeah. And you're going to try a lot of things. You may not be successful in all of them. So you have to focus on change and your agility and ability to accept and adapt to change. Very important.
That's right. And you and I call this change agility, don't we? And it's seeing change as an ongoing opportunity, not as a threat or a liability, but as an opportunity. And at the center of change agility is continuous learning. It's just that continuous learning that has to be embedded in your organization's DNA.
Well, we've been at this pandemic thing now for going on 6 months. And just because of that length of time doesn't mean that we have it all figured out. So be agile and continuously search for ways to be improved going forward.
That's right. So that's it for today. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.